How's it going?
Right. What's going on, my friend?
We're doing these customer interview series where we tell stories of just formidable business owners and our local communities share some of the hard learned lessons, but more importantly, just amplify their stories. And would love to maybe start off. And how did you come to start Old City? And were you always interested in business? Curious to maybe just start with a quick background.
My story is simple in that I was in corporate America and my wife was an elementary school teacher and she wanted to start a childcare organization because she wanted to read to kids. She just loves kids. And what we quickly found out is when you have a childcare organization, as much as you do love kids, you are not dealing with kids all the time. You're dealing with adults and the issues that come along with owning a small business. My wife did not like that. She wanted to deal with kids, and I found it intriguing. So in 2008, I left corporate America and came on board to scale this organization. Fast forward 2025, we've opened 7 locations, had in excess of 1,200 people who have worked for us over that time, and we've had a positive impact on now thousands of kids.
Wow. Well, congrats on all of the success. I suppose, what are the biggest challenges that you're facing now?
The biggest challenge now is human resources. It's hard to find good people.
How do you find the people that you have? And what are ways that you've tried or experimented with to try to compete for that talent?
No, I pray every night, every day, every morning. That's it. There's absolutely, I won't even lie to you and say there's a rhyme or reason for how you find good people. I have had excellent 5-star teachers come from Craigslist, and I've had excellent 5-star teachers come from Indeed, and I've had excellent 5-star teachers come from walking in off the street. And I've had people that I've had to bounce out 2 months later from Craigslist. I've had people that I've had to bounce out 2 months later from Indeed. And I've had people walking off the street that I say, ain't no way in the world you're getting a job. So there is no rhyme or reason. That is where my divine intervention comes from because I get the right people. I've been in business now for 20 years.
I suppose when you meet them, what does the right person look like for you?
The right person is not seen immediately. The right person, the qualities always come out over the first 30-day period. And that's because the people are very good at masking themselves now and sending their representative in. So it is very, I mean, I've had people that we've interviewed 3 to 4 times and everybody raves about them. And 60 days later, we're like, what in the world who is this person? So there, and there is no way to determine if that's a good person. What they do over the first 30 days, you can tell. And that is through their level of commitment. That's through their conversation, which demonstrates the knowledge of childcare and their personality. That they are warm and bubbly and a people person versus standoffish and introvert. Those people usually don't do well. So I hope that answers your question. But I guess that there's
It
one
did.
thing. Yeah, the one thing there is no person that comes in off the street that you go, that person had.
Wow. And so when maybe as last question down this thread, what if you were to give yourself advice right as you were starting, what would that be given what you now know?
Relax. It's gonna work out. I spent a lot of time stressing, sleepless nights over making payroll, making sure that everyone's okay, making sure the right people don't leave, making sure that the wrong people leave. And if I could go back over again, I would probably say, relax. It'll be fine.
Wow. Well, I'm curious. You've been a Vitable customer for now almost 4 years. How did you come to learn about Vitable, and why did you decide to partner with us?
we were contemplating health insurance, and the price tag of health insurance was astronomical. And so at the time, I had an executive director that came up that came across Vitable, and she convinced me that it would be a viable option for health insurance, and in some ways could be a little bit better because of the on-site capabilities.
And once after we partnered, how has it been since then?
We've had very positive experiences with Vitable. Even when I got frustrated, the right people jumped in to make it, which is that's all you can ask. No one's gonna be perfect, but when it's not perfect, I need somebody that's gonna make it perfect for me.
It sounds like you were looking for affordable health insurance. The huge price tag, about $25,000 for a family, 7 grand for an individual. Average cost was quite a lot. What did you consider, like in addition to Vitable, as you were making the decision?
The typical health insurance, Blue Cross, Blue Shield, mm, yeah, that typical health care.
In terms of the employees, once you did offer Vitable, what was the employee feedback?
The most valuable piece that Vitable offers is the fact that it's the mobility of it, that they will come to you. That's huge because in our business, teachers had to take the day off just to get a physical or whatever. And so now you can have Vitable come right up to the job. They'll do the physical in the office. Don't have to take a day of PTO.
Well, I guess it sounds like there's been things that we could do to be better or areas of improvement where we didn't live up to the experience. What other feedback do you have or have your employees had on how we could improve Evitable to deliver even more value?
For me personally, I think adding in um, the the ability to have therapy is very important because the psychological pieces of life now have far greater impact than ever before. I need my people to have therapy. I need them to have that. If I am expecting them to come in and be 100%, I need to acknowledge and realize that life is tough right now. And that if the only person you're talking to is the person in your head, we're all in trouble. I need you to talk to a professional that can help you sort out the things in your head.
Wow, so it sounds like the therapy and mental health program was quite a powerful ad for you being able to take care of your employees.
Yes, 100%. 100%.
Wow.
I will also give a kudos because we had a situation set up where we needed an entire site to get physicals, and which was very important for our licensing. So I will say, so I explained the situation. Within a week, we had the physical date, so that was great.
Yeah.
I see. And Siobhan, any feedback that what could we do to be better or to provide even more value to from your perspective?
Well, right now, I think with talking to the employees and the staff, it has become a little more beneficial because it seems like each year you guys are adding on more things to assist. I know before, for me personally, they had like a nutritionist feature on there, right? When I think a lot of people struggle with weight management and things like that. I know I am scheduled for like the G1 something or another. Um, the therapy feature is great. I did like that, but sometimes a little bit more in person is great too for your in-person session.
I see. That's helpful feedback. When you describe Vitable to employees, how do you describe it?
Well, on my onboarding, I do let them know that this is a feature that the owner does cover. And if you're not feeling well, they can come out, they can come to your home. Most of the time, they do a televisit. I go down the list of everything that they cover. I even talk about the prescription and how fast they call in your prescription over to your pharmacy. Um, And I just give them a lot of the background information about Vitable and how useful it's been, for me. I let them know even as far as physicals and that you can add your dependents on. Um, and that is almost like if you need to go to urgent care, but they come right to you instead of you having to go out or you're waiting for a long appointment with your primary doctor. And for a lot of people that make a certain amount of money that may not have insurance, this is really all we do have.
And for the employees that have used it, what do they typically say? Is there someone that comes to mind?
Well, my assistant right now, it's been really beneficial to her because she had like a health condition that she's just finding out about, and she contacted Vitable after going to the hospital actually, and whatever medicine that Vitable prescribed worked way better than what the hospital prescribed. And there was a loophole because she needs to see a specialist. But somehow Vitable was able to work it out where she can see the specialist and it will be covered through Vitable. Because other than that, she would have been paying for the specialist out of pocket, having to get this surgery and all of that would be all out of pocket costs. But Vitable is helping her out, and she was able to see her specialist last week.
Wow. Last question. For employees that do want and can afford major medical health insurance, what do you currently do?
The vast majority have like the public assistance medical insurance. And then there's others that don't have any at all. So they use Vitable. And then there may be some that are married and they're on like this insurance, but that's very, 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 very small percent. Very.
Is it something that you've looked at in the past, or it's just been inaccessible? Like it's been hard to do anything?
Well, I've looked at it and I continue to look at it because there is this thing about being over 50 FTEs that I may have to go to major plan. So I look at it all the time, but it's not cost advantageous, but it really for the level of care that I would be providing, it doesn't make sense to have both.
Fair, fair. Well, I appreciate you all taking time to chat.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
See you
Thank you
soon.
both. Have a good one.